What is going on, everyone? Tim from Tier Fountain Orbital. Another day, another Derelick. All right, so this is the 89 Sabers Derelick. This is the clean version of this hilt. I actually just did a video for an install on one of these. So I'm not going to waste everyone's time and come into Fusion to talk about the chassis. However, this has been installed with my hybrid chassis that I designed specifically for this hilt. So I do want to come up top, talk a little bit about the hilt, talk about how to use it, and then we will stick a blade in it, and then we will be on our way, right? So with all of that out of the way, let's come up top. So here it is, the Derelick from 89 Sabers. So in my previous video, I talked a little bit about how much of a solid hilt this is. This is a solid replica. I'm not gonna go over the controversies that surround this hilt. I'm not gonna get into the politics about any of that. I'm just gonna, like, from an installer standpoint and a consumer standpoint, this is a solid hilt. And that's all I'm gonna say about that, right? It's a great hilt to install on as well. Okay, so there's plenty of room in this grip. There is a little bit of tricky stuff that happens on the internal diameter of this hilt. There's like 31 down here, and then it steps down, but still plenty of room to design, you know, a fully enclosed chassis or like a hybrid chassis, which is what I did for this particular one, right? There are switch PCBs that make install a little bit easier as well, but as far as like quality, it's a great hilt, right? So let's talk about this chassis. To get at your chassis, you want to unthread this pommel, all right? Here is the chassis, okay? So I've got a lot of brass going on this guy, right? So I've got two brass greeblies, like greebly panels, on each side of the Proffie board. Here is our battery cover that's held in place with some neodymium magnets. There goes my light, okay? Held in place with some magnets. And then there is that full upper crystal chamber, right? I also have two rectangular LEDs on each side of the crystal chamber, just below it, and then a 6-rail PCB up top. The PCB is from Smuggler's Outpost, as well as this speaker down here, okay? Real quartz point in here, and that's it. So, I'll probably go over how to put the battery in the hilt. Nice, strong magnets, you guys. All right, so I'm gonna hit that kill switch. This takes a button top protected 18650 battery. All right, so you want to take the flat part of your battery, which is the negative side, put that down towards that spring, hit your kill switch, put your battery cover on. Once you get your battery in the chassis, you can slide the chassis into the hilt any way you want, and then just thread that pommel in place until it stops, okay? So, that's it. Let's come down to the bottom. Okay. So we've got a nice glass eye back here, so you get some shine through. Okay. There's that lit PCB emitter. That's from KR Sabers. This is set up, this config is set up to have the red button as the aux. This button back here is your main. So, let's put a blade in it. All right, so this will take a 1-inch blade, okay? So you want to rest your blade on those PCB pins. Don't jam it down into those pins because there is an upper PCB holder up here that is held in place with a set screw. So you really don't want to just jam the blade down in. I like to twist it until it stops and it's resting on those PCB pins. Then there is a black set screw around front that will serve as your blade retention. So just tighten that, and you are ready to go. Okay. So, to the customer, this red button will serve as your aux. So to scroll through your fonts, you want to tap that aux button.
Do you know Ezra Bridger? He's my friend.
And then this button around back will serve as your main. So to activate your blade, you want to tap that main button. This has also been set up with color wheel, so you can change the color of your blade, right? So to change color of your blade, you want to hold that main button and hold down aux and tap main. You're going to hear that audible cue. Then you can rotate your hilt. When you find a color you like, tap that main button again, and it will lock that color in place. You simulate blaster bolts by tapping that aux button, and you can also lock up by holding down that aux button as you clash. This font has been set up with quotes as clashes, right? So let's see what else we got on here.
That lightsaber was Luke's.
Okay. There's that glass eye around back. Some cool shine through. My camera will focus. There we go. Okay. Let's see what else we've got on here.
Kylo Ren.
So this config has been set up with the fonts that came on the SD card with the Proffie board.
Rise.
Okay. One more.
Master Qui-Gon.
Okay. So that's it. That's the Derelick from 89 Sabers. Every time I want to say Deralick from 89 Sabers. Solid hilt. Okay, it is a solid hilt. It's a very nice product, and it's a breeze to install on, right? So to the customer, thank you very much for your support and repeat business. I will be getting this as well as your other hilt in the mail to you as soon as I am done recording and editing this video. To everyone else, if you have any questions about this particular install or the chassis, please do not be a stranger. I actually currently offer this chassis under the hybrid chassis section of my website if anyone wants to buy it as a kit, right? So that's all I've got. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And with that being said, may the force be with you always. Have a good one, everybody.